And good evening and welcome to the very debut edition of The Way I See It Delmarva edition. And tonight, oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of The Way I See It Delmarva edition. And yeah, what do you want to talk about? Let me talk to you. All right. All right, tonight's our debut show here. We're here every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And I actually was going to cancel the show tonight, but since it's a debut and a lot of people were expecting me, I decided not to cancel tonight. So we're here tonight here on The Way I See It Delmarva edition. And a lot of people, and I want to get started with this, and I want to thank those of you out there tuning in tonight to the show here. Also, if you're interested in some good sports talk, the Sports Nuts Network is on tonight at 7:30. They're coming up in a few moments with some great sports talk. 9 o'clock tonight, Pensman Sports will be on to talk about sports and about Lou Holtz. Those of you who don't know, Lou Holtz passed away today at the age of, I think it was 89, I believe it is. And, sad to hear about him. He was a former Notre Dame head coach, coached in the NFL as well, and also coached South Carolina. So just to let everyone know that as well. Thank you, Pensman, for that. And I just there's Pensman right there, 9 o'clock tonight. Don't forget to tune in to Pensman Sports. He has something going on tonight at 9, talking about Lou Holtz, other sports issues and things like that. So tune in to Pensman. All right, tonight, I'm really, really frustrated with the Delmarva region tonight. And I didn't want to start my debut show off like this, but I have to. All right. Thank you, Tiger Stripes Media, Brian Pettit. Hello. How are you, Brian? Thank you for tuning in. All right. Also, you can check out Brian Pettit. He has stuff on his Tiger Stripes Media. Please help us all out here. Like and subscribe. Help us with get our goals where we need to be. And always like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, X as well, Facebook. And we're all over the place. RW Media Productions. Tonight we're live on Kick. We're live on Twitter, X, YouTube, and on both I have three Facebook pages. We're on 2 of the 3 of them. So check out the Sports Corner one. That's the one that we're on that most people participate in. All right. All right. So let me get back to this here, everybody. And the reason for this show, and that's why it's great when we have debut shows. Here we go. Here we are. This is the gentleman here telling me to shut up. This is the guy who decided that he's going to get on my YouTube channel and make a comment about what I had to say about Delmarva. Now it's my turn. So you're going to listen. And no, I'm not going to shut up. No, I'm not going to move back to Pittsburgh. And no, I'm not going to put up with this down here. I did enough of it up there. All right? And I'm telling you right now, I will be the king of media down here because nobody else has the backbone to speak up about stuff that goes on down here on podcasts or on the radio or anything else. Okay? The truth be told. All right? Truth be told, I do patronize with all the local establishments around here. I have a local contractor that comes here and fixes my house. I've called many local restaurants. I've put guests up in local hotels. So don't sit there and tell me, don't you ever tell me that I don't participate with the local economy here. And I'm worried about tourists. Yes, that's right, I am. Because you know why? I've known people to have gotten ripped off by the hotels, and not only ripped off, people that went to that May concert festival, they're friends of mine that emailed me and said that the food was double. Okay. And then he ran out of food on the boardwalk and ran out of drinks. Don't sit there and tell me that I have the passion for this business. I have always had the passion for this business. Okay? And I'm not going to put up with it. Oh, I'm having a good day. Thank you very much for that. That's Keystone. George, thank you for participating. I am having a good day. But I had to come on the show today, my debut show here today, to put somebody in their place who just told me to shut up and was the person who got on my YouTube channel and made a comment about me going back to Pittsburgh. I live here in Berlin, Maryland, and I'm not going no place. And you're going to hear more and more from me on this program because it's the way I see it. And if the hotels are going to continue to raise prices and rip people off, if restaurants are going to continue to cook nasty food and charge $50 for 4 pieces of shrimp, okay? If this is what's going on down here, you're going to know about it. Unlike other people down here, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm doing. All right? All right, King Troll says, forget the guy that says shut up. Keep going. Thank you, King Troll. I appreciate that. Look at that there. Okay? Thank you for that. I appreciate that, King Troll. Thank you. All right? And I am going to keep going, and nobody's going to shut me up because that's not happening. 2026 is the year of Ralph Williams. It's the year of RW Media Productions. And I'm here in the Delmarva area, and I'm not going no place. I like it here. I moved down here for a purpose, for better for my family. And if you think I'm going back to Pittsburgh, you got something coming, dude. In my eyes, in my opinion of this, if Rick Meehan, the mayor of Ocean City, like with the short-term rentals and all this other stuff, it's nonsense that's going on, you're going to know about it. I've called out the council. I've called out Rick Meehan. I've called out everybody. And I'll do it again. And I'm calling you out. So don't ever tell me to shut up, Carlo. You got it? My debut show, and I have to act like this because somebody had to act like that. Tell me to go back to Pittsburgh. How dare you? You know what the problem is? You don't want to hear the truth. And the truth of the matter is that the hotels are expensive here. The truth of the matter is that you complain about the economy on the boardwalk, but then you don't do anything to fix it. How about lowering the hotel prices a little bit? How about, getting on some of these businesses that gouge people? How about doing that? And I spend a lot of money at local establishments. I've been to a lot of them. Delis, bakeries, restaurants, diners, the casino. I've been everywhere. In fact, I'll tell you what. If you don't like me so much, okay, July 5, I will be, July 5, I believe it's July 5, yeah. I will be at the casino to see the Little River Band. September 5, I will be at the casino to see Starship. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And I'm not hard to spot because I'm in a wheelchair. Okay? So come and talk to me. Let me talk to you. But don't ever do that again. Because I will call you out on this program. And I will eat you alive. Okay? Nobody has the backbone in this town or any other town around this Delmarva area to say what I say. Because I speak the truth. Okay? Every time you turn around, Ocean City's government is changing something. They're changing bike laws. They want to charge more money for parking. This, that, and whatever. Here we go. Another one. My guy. Here we go. Yeah, you go back. I'll tell you what. I told you where I'll be. You come and talk to me if you got the guts. Okay? I'll be at the Little River Band show And I will be at the Starship concert as well at the casino. Come talk to me. See me on the boardwalk? Come talk to me. All right? I had issues with the hospital down here. All right? Because of negligence, I almost lost my freaking leg. And I'm not supposed to say something? You're going to tell me to shut up? I'm going to eat you alive on this program, big time. And this is the sad part, and I'll repeat it again. My debut show, and I got to live, and I got to put up with this. It's a disgrace. I've been living here for a while, for a little bit now. And I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Here. Thank you. Stop telling me to shut up. That's exactly right. Leave me alone. You got something, you know? Pensman says all true. He knows. He's been here. He's been at my house. He sees what goes on in Ocean City, Maryland. Complain, whine, and cry. Hotels didn't make no money this year. The revenues were down because you raised the prices of the hotels. Because you raised parking rates. Because now bikes can't go up and down lanes or whatever. And you're opening up the bike lanes to more people and other people can't cross the street. I know you want to make things happen. I get that. I know Ocean City needs to make money. I get that. But don't stick it in people's pockets so bad that they can't come down here. And you want to know what really goes on? People come down here for a day and they leave. That benefits what? Some businesses on the boardwalk? I got friends that come down here for a day, and you know what they do? They don't spend any money. They just walk around the boardwalk. You know why? They can't afford it. Okay? And why am I going to buy souvenirs on the boardwalk and pay a ton of money when I can go to the souvenir shop right up the street from my house and pay way less? Or I can go to Walmart and pay $5 or to CVS and pay $5. Why am I going to do that? It's all about money. It's all about saving money and not wasting it. Okay? That's what it's about. Yeah, Montreal is a real city. You are correct. No, I'm not going back to public access in Pittsburgh. You know why? Because there's no public access to go back to. Because the mayor of Pittsburgh at the time lied to me. All right? $26 for a hat and $15 and up for food. That's exactly it. I went to CVS and got an Ocean City hat for $5. Went on a boardwalk. It was almost $30. Okay? And the $5 places, you can't even get that anything reasonable for that kind of price. Off the street, maybe. Okay? The hospital down here, I told you I had a negligent stuff that happened and I almost ended up suing them. Okay? All right? And I'm not saying every business or everybody's bad. That's not it. I just tell the truth. Tell the people who live in Delaware, nothing but a bunch of crybabies. You know what, retail, you know what, businesses, office buildings, you know. But then when property taxes go up, okay? And then I get this comment from somebody in Delaware who says, you haven't been here long enough to know what's going on, and you're doing what Coast TV does. Well, if you don't like Coast TV, tell them to get out. You're telling the truth, and so am I. Okay? Parking rates are going up again. Here we go. All right? Prices off season $200 to $500. That's right, Pensman. And then guess what? It's about... Oh, I stayed at a hotel last year on March down on a boardwalk. I paid $200 and some a night. Okay, last March when I was here to look for a house. All right. In May, I stayed up off the boardwalk right up the road. You know where I stayed because you stayed there. Okay. And I didn't pay that much money because it was off the boardwalk out of Ocean City. Okay. So go ahead. Make my day. Make it. Make my day. Go ahead. Okay. That's right. I'm angry. What a way to start a debut show off tonight with a bunch of clowns that want me to shut up and get out of town. Because you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear somebody tell it like it is. You don't want to hear the honesty of everything here. Or you part of that little group there that likes to scam people all across town. And you know who you are. All right. For a crappy hotel room. That's right, Pensman. A crappy hotel room. Okay. And the one hotel we stayed at in March, I got free breakfast. The one we stayed at, the one we stayed at in May, I got free breakfast. The one I stayed at in March on the boardwalk, I didn't get free breakfast. And I have had food on the boardwalk. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. All right. The pizza shops down here. Who makes a steak hoagie and don't put cheese on it? Who makes a meatball sub and don't put cheese on it? And you literally got to, kiss butt to get cheese on it. So I don't deal with that establishment anymore. Most of the people down here, I go to the grocery store, I go to Food Line, or I go to Walmart, their macaroni and cheese is better than what most people make down here. Make my own for that. If you're going to charge me $35 for seafood, it better damn well be good, and a portion better damn well be pretty good. Because I'm going to call you out. Now, I don't patronize with local establishments. I did tonight. Yeah, thanks a lot, Elizabeth. Yeah, whatever. Why don't you guys go get a life or something? Oh, my guy's making cracks. Okay, Elizabeth, I get it. Who cares? Okay. In fact, Mo guy, your comments going bye-byes. All right. Something called bye-byes. You ever hear that? Bye-byes? Yeah, well, guess what? There it is. Okay. Thanks, Stephen from the south side of Pittsburgh. Thank you. Stephen's a steady watcher and listener to my radio shows as well. All right. Yeah. You're something else, man. That's all I got to say. I say no more. Not you, Stephen. I say no more. Because I'm not going to. Ready for a debut show tonight. So I got these stupid ass comments, excuse my language, about how, but nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody cares. Because if you did, you'd be saying something like I am. Let me tell you a little story here. About 3-4 years ago, I wanted to come down here to Ocean City, and I had been here a few times before. My wife and I, we wanted to come down here. Actually, we were going to come down for a honeymoon. Turns out that I called the hotel room in February. I said, I'm coming in July. They sent me an email with X amount of money. That's the cost. Then I get another email when it's 4 times the amount of the money that I was originally quoted. So I called the manager up, and he goes, well, nobody gets rooms that cheap around here. I said, well, wait a minute. You had already given me the price, and then you go jack it up 4 times the amount, and then you expect me to pay that kind of money? Oh, I'm not taking it back. I said, I got the email right here. You want to see it? Yeah. So I sent him the email. Oh, well, wait a minute. That was wrong. No, I don't care what it is. You made the mistake. You eat it. So he started giving me all this lip. I said, well, guess what then? I'm not coming down here. And I'm going to say something here. I said this to many people down here already, and they know it. Don't mess with me. I have the power. You want to know what the power is? The power of radio. I have a show in Philadelphia. I have the power. I have shows in Pittsburgh. I have the power. I have shows right here. And that's the power of social media. I'll eat you alive. 35 years in customer service. Okay? I'll eat you alive. All right, Ocean City government, I'm done with this, has decided to expand the bike usage. And you know what? I kind of like this because I was talking to a couple of business owners on the boardwalk. In case you're not aware, I do go to the boardwalk. I do associate myself with, I love talking to people. All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Pensman. I hope that happens. Thank you. All right. So a lot of the businesses were quite concerned about the fact that their employees wouldn't be able to stay with them because if they stay to work after midnight, they couldn't get off the boardwalk because they couldn't use their bicycle. Well, now, oh, thank you, Hockey Bob. Appreciate it. Love the show, Hockey Bob. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. And it's a great thing. And finally, Ocean City's government has come up with something good because they've been picking on the short-term rentals lately. You know, those folks are out to make money, and you get this from the hotels. I get that. All right. They have tried, and it's getting old. They have tried to dissolve short-term rentals. I know somebody who rents short-term rentals, and that person's not happy right now. Not happy because Ocean City continues. Now, I get it. That sometimes people don't know how to behave. And they go into the community and they treat the place like like they would treat anything, a trash a hotel room or whatever. All right. And I get that. And there's a few people that do those things. They do it to Airbnbs. They do it to hotel rooms. They do it because they're pigs. They have no respect for anyone else in the community. So they do that. And what does that do now? That makes Ocean City's government want to get rid of short-term rentals. And short-term rentals is an important thing because it's an alternative to staying at the expensive hotels that I just spoke about on the boardwalk. All right. $1,800 a night for a room during the May festival last year. $1,800 a night. Okay. Parking. They want to raise parking rates now. They're sitting there talking about that. So if you don't pay to park, which I don't, and I'm not telling you how I do it, why should I? Okay. Why should anyone pay more money? Now they want to jack the fines up during special events from $50 to $100. Okay. I go to the inlet a lot too, folks. Those of you out there who want to talk to me, I go to the inlet a lot. You can come down and talk to me there. A beautiful site down there. And guess what? I'll be fishing too. So I'll be around. Okay. I am not going nowhere. Okay? I'm not going nowhere. And I'm going to be the king of this, the king of the truth. It's the way I see it, Delmarva edition, the way I look at things. And how about that? You know, I do a segment on my other shows called Shame on You. Shame on that person in Maryland who had pets and couldn't take care of that pet sanctuary. Why in the world would you not take care of these pets? What the heck is wrong? What the heck is wrong with you? Seriously, now. Okay? So shame on you for that. Shame on the people who drive along the right side of the road and cut in front of you when there's traffic. Don't use a turn signal. Shame on you for that, too. And shame on the state police for not doing their job busting these people, especially when there's an event going on. You complain you can't make money, but when you can make money, you don't try. Does that make any sense? No, but I mean, that's the logical, truthful way of putting it. All right. Maryland State Police all over Route 50 during a 4th of July weekend, cars zipping up the right-hand lane, trying to cut in front of people. I block you out. Get in the back like everybody else. Okay? No, you want to play your little game. Well, you ain't playing it with me. And if you wreck into my car, look out. Okay? Because you know why? Another thing, stupid never takes a vacation. And that's something stupid, that's careless, that's ignorant, and that's disgusting. Okay? Shame on you. And stupid never takes a vacation. I'm at the Walmart a couple weeks ago. Right up off of 50. Go into the Walmart, come out. I park my van in a handicap spot because those of you who don't know, I'm handicapping in a wheelchair. All right? Park my vehicle in the handicap spot, right where the walkway is, so I could put my ramp out so I can get out and nobody will block me in. Wishful thinking, though, because stupid never takes a vacation. Would you know it? Someone parks on that crosswalk and my ramp comes out, but I can't get up it because they're there. So I'm sitting there a couple minutes waiting. I see, you know what, screw this. I get a Walmart employee to come out. I said, can you please go inside and find out who drives this vehicle here? I wrote the person's license plate number down and handed it to the clerk. No sooner does he walk away from me, here comes this guy running out with 4 items in his hand. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I said, sorry doesn't cut it. You don't have the credentials to park in a handicap spot to begin with. Then you block. You don't see the big sign on the side of my van that says, ramp is deploying. Please leave extra space. In plain English. Stupid never takes a vacation. Shame on you. All right. Shame on you, person in Maryland who decided to mistreat pets, had some kind of pet sanctuary, and decided to mistreat pets. Shame on all you complaining people in Delaware who complain about everything. They want to put a new road up. You complained about that. Now, I get it. You don't want trucks, tractor trailers, and all that coming through your town. But then you're complaining you're not making money. Now, I'm going to give you a similar situation that happened up in Pittsburgh. It's a community called Bridgeville. And there's a bridge on Route 79 that goes over Bridgeville. The Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission wanted to tax that or put a toll on that so they could make a little bit of extra money because they're struggling. The business owners went there and complained. Now, I would want people coming through the streets so that they'll stop. Oh, man, you know what? I'm tired of sitting in this traffic. I'm going to pull over and go in that place, get a burger. I'm going to go in there and make, oh, wait a minute. What is that? I never seen that place before. Oh, what do they make? Handmade crafts. Well, guess what? I think I'm going to go in that place. You complain and complain and complain, but you don't look at the logic of what you're complaining about. You got all this vacant space sitting there, not collecting any tax money or not doing anything. You complain in Delaware because your property taxes go up, but then you don't want retail. You don't want big ticket retail coming in. You don't want, it's too much traffic. You don't want more housing. So people will patronize with the small business, okay, and pay taxes from their job that helps the county, so your property taxes don't get raised every year. Maybe you could get more police. Maybe you can get more what they call salt trucks, or you can get more public works employees. But you, as a whiner, don't look at it that way. Okay? I'm not saying everybody in Delaware is, but when I look and see the majority crying and complaining about development everywhere that could save you money in taxes, and you're complaining. And you're moaning and groaning and getting upset and whining. Okay? I get, well, what, did your house get robbed and you couldn't find a police officer? Maybe if that retail establishment came in, paid some taxes, hired some employees who have to pay taxes, and then maybe you might have an extra officer or two that might be able to help your house not get robbed. Do you see the logical truth point that I'm pointing out here today, everybody? And welcome to The Way I See It. Ralph Williams here, the host, Delmarva edition. Every Wednesday night, 7:30. But there's some things that are changing because I got some great news today. All right, just before I came on the air, I got some news. And this news I've been waiting for about almost 6 months. Took a little while, but we got it done. Okay? All right, thank you here for a minute here. Let's go to this comment here. Thank you here, King Troll. Thank you. All right. So today, I get a phone call from AM 620 in Pittsburgh, WKHB. Weekdays, Monday and Friday. Monday, and I haven't got the time yet, but I believe it's going to be 1 o'clock, 620 WKHB. Okay, up in Pittsburgh, the Ralph Williams Show. And guess who I'm going to be competing with? The Big K. And I'm going to take a dent out of somebody's ratings real fast. Okay? And next, on Friday, I believe it's 5 o'clock, the Sports Corner Radio Show. So that means the Ralph Williams Show will be on Monday on 620 WKHB. And then, here we go here. On Saturday, the Ralph Williams Show will be on 1250 AM The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial. All right, also on Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., the Ralph Williams Show, 1250 AM The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial, and theanswerpgh.com. On Sunday, I have my co-host, Tony Moreno, with me from 10 to 11 a.m. All right? I'm already putting a dent in the weekend ratings, and now that I'm going to be weekdays up in Pittsburgh, I'm going to put dent in there in somebody else's ratings. I'm going to steal listeners away from them and bring them to me because you know why? This is my justice. And the sad part about all this was I had to move here to get it done. But that's okay. Because I am going to take over Pittsburgh, and I'm going to take over Philly, and I'm going to take over Ocean City. 2026, the year of RW Media Productions. 620 WKHB, 620 AM in Pittsburgh. All right. I think it's 9101 FM or something like that. They got a bunch of FM channels too. Okay. The Ralph Williams Show, Monday. I believe it's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern time. Tune in, listen in, enjoy it. Pittsburgh, I'm coming back. I'm going to be on the radio on weekdays, weekends and weekdays. I'm taking over. The Big K will be sorry that they didn't hire me. Beaver County Radio will be sorry that they decided to stick it to me. And anyone else in the media up there that decided they wanted to stick it to me and didn't think I would stick back, got something coming. Okay? All right, I'm already on weekends down in KFCE Radio 95.5 FM down in Terrell, Texas. Tomorrow, because of this new found thing going on in Pittsburgh, tomorrow will be my last show there. And I'm sorry, I want to thank staff and management for letting me put Ralph's Opinion on down there Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Central Time. All right, I just don't have the time to commit to that. I have this new project I'm doing now. I have this show here I'm doing too. And catch me on the Sports Nuts Network as well. I'll be filling in for Brandon Keeler. All right. At times as well. All right. Dizzle said, what's up? How you doing, Dizzle? What's going on? Dizzy, what's going on, man? Thank you for tuning in tonight. The way I see it, Delmarva edition. We're here every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. All right. There are days, on Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Mondays and whatnot that I may cancel shows because, my health is not, I'm in a wheelchair. And, when your health is the way it is, you have your days. You have your good days and your bad days. And there's been times at the last minute I've canceled Sports Corner. 2 weeks ago, I had a bunch of stuff going on here at my house with my family. And I want to tell everybody, no matter what the situation is, my family comes first. Which is another reason why I moved down here to Ocean City. My A1C is down on my diabetes. My weight's down. I feel better, love it. Step outside. Wheel myself outside, go out to the front deck, sit out there and enjoy the warm weather when it's warm. Okay. I know that we've had a rough winter down here. The blizzard, oh, man, that was a killer. There's people still don't have electric. The beaches still are not cleaned. But that's because a lot of these towns never had the personnel for this kind of a event because you don't see that down here very often. But the last few years, I remember, was about 3 years ago, maybe 4. You had that, foot of snow down in Ocean City here or whatever? Yeah. Okay. Last spring, I was told, was the... No, thank you, King Joel. Appreciate it. Thank you. You have a good day and a good night as well, and thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter X. Last spring, I was told that this was the wettest spring in the history of this town. This year, I was told this was the coldest month of January in the history of this town. I was told last year was the most snow, even beat the foot of snow that you had 3-4 years ago. They had more snow last year. This year, they had more snow than last year. So I don't know what Mother Nature is doing here, but that is what's going on down here with the weather. It's getting kind of strange where records are getting broken. Okay. And you know why I moved down here? I put on a Ralph's Opinion show. Top 10 reasons I moved down here last May. You can check it out. I believe it was May 15th. Check that show out in my archive version. Can't find it. I'll tell you one reason I moved down here. When someone commits a crime, they automatically get arrested. They go to jail. Homeless people down here, there's hardly any. And when they are, out, gone. They're in a shelter. They're in the jail. They're somewhere, but they're not out there. I stayed last May when I was staying at the hotel before I was able to get into my house here. Okay. I was staying at a hotel. The homeless guy, I don't know how the heck he got in. I think he broke in the back door or something of the hotel. Walked in, went up to the second or third floor, I believe it was the third floor, to the ice machine area and went to sleep. So some lady comes out to go get ice, and she sees this homeless, stinky guy laying there or whatever. And of course, I probably would be like, "Whoa, what are you doing here?" Police came, they took him to jail. They don't tolerate that stuff here. You don't see tents up down here. You got it? You don't see panhandlers down here. You don't see, they keep the city clean and the city is nice in the city, except for when the weather gets bad. There's a lot of flooding because of bad drainage. All right. Been like that for many years from what I understand. Okay. You don't see that here. The plant I live in, nobody, if you even so much even try to rob somebody's house, you're done. Okay? You're done. You got it? All right. And I get it. You got to pay police, you got to pay city workers, you got to pay all this and that. But Ocean City has, and I get the off season isn't exactly busy around here. I get that. But you want more people to stay at hotels, make the room rates reasonable for everybody. Okay? When people say to me, I can go to Myrtle Beach cheaper than this, I can go on a cruise cheaper than this. You know what that is? Where am I at? Well, I live in Berlin, Maryland. And tonight's show is called The Way I See It. It's the Delmarva edition, where I talk about what goes on down here in the Ocean City, Delmarva area, also in Delaware, too. I'm not far from Rehoboth Beach, where former President Joe Biden lives. Okay? All right. Former Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator Todd Haley lives down around here somewhere. Okay? Last year, Michael Jordan was here. We had big rock stars here for a big rock festival. Poison, Def Leppard. Motley Crue couldn't show up because Vince Neil's voice went bad. All right. They're planning on having another tour this year, and I'm wondering if his voice will go bad again. All right. The casino down here is starting to have concerts. They have Warrant coming in. They have Little River Band, which I'll be at. They have Starship, and I'll be at that show too. And I look forward to seeing you. We'll take a selfie or a picture. All right. Let's talk about some issues too. RalphWilliams737 at gmail.com is my email address. Mailbag's wide open, okay? All right. Let's see what we got in emails here. All right. Let's take a look at this. All right, here's Kenny. Kenny's from Ocean City. He says, Ralph, I like your program. He says, I'm sorry, and I apologize for the idiots that you had to say something about at the beginning of the show, and this is your debut show. I'm done getting upset about that, Kenny, but thank you for tuning in. Tom is from Salisbury. Ralph, thank you for putting this kind of show on and telling it like you see it and helping people out down here that don't want to pay those kind of prices and do that kind of stuff. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story here. My podiatrist, which in case you don't know who that is, a foot doctor, and being that I'm diabetic, I have to go see one quite often. Okay? And my doctor said to me that she had some friends that came down here. They spent the night, or they spent the day down here. They were tired. And, drive back to Pittsburgh is no easy task from here. It's at least a 6-hour drive, maybe 7 with traffic. They were tired. They didn't want to come. They wanted to get a room. They said even the sleazy motels were over $200 a night. And forget about any of the chains or the major groups or anything like that. Most of them were sold out, and some of the cheesy or sleazy ones they call them, or they call them the roach-infested hotels or whatever you want to call them, a roach coach or whatever. All right. They were so expensive, they had to sleep in their car. They literally, now I'm tired, and I just walked the boardwalk all day. I'm probably hot and exhausted. I probably got, whatever. I'm drinking all kinds of fluids, putting water in my head and everything. And the last thing I want to do is drive home for 6-7 hours. And I want to go get a room, and I can't even get one. Okay? Because the prices were so high. Those folks had to sleep in their car. All right? Sleep in their car. All right? So that's one example of why I'm angry with the hotels. That's one example of a few of many that I've said here tonight on this program as to what's going on. Okay? All right, let's get into some announcements. We're going to wrap things up here. I'm going to be on tonight at 9 o'clock with the Steel City Sports World Show with Luther Dupree, Claudia Rosano, Smoke, and Jim Frazier. Don't forget to tune into that. All right, tomorrow, and it'll be my last show tomorrow, and I have to call management and let them know. Here at KFC 95.5 FM, TigerNation.live, the Ralph's Opinion Show. I'm sorry, but not tomorrow. I'm sorry, not tomorrow, but Friday will be my last show. I have some other projects. I just got picked up on a radio station up in Pittsburgh, and I don't have the time to commit to this. So I will be moving on from this. Okay? Not that anything's bad with the station or anything like that. I'm appreciative of the fact they gave me an opportunity. All right? I have a bunch of project things that are going on in RW Media Productions, and that's the project that I want that's it's starting to happen now. It took about 6 months, but it's going to happen real soon. All right, 620 WKHB, Mondays. I believe it's 1 o'clock, the Ralph Williams Show. Weekdays in Pittsburgh. I can go after the you-know-who's. Yeah. Yeah. Let me talk to you. What do you want to talk about? Huh? Ralph Williams, 737 at gmail.com. What do you think of the show tonight? Give me your comments. You think I was a little harsh on those people? No. Tell me to go back to Pittsburgh. Why don't you get out of here? Why don't you go somewhere? Because I'm not going nowhere, and I'm going to be the man here. Okay? And that's the bottom line. Because Ralph Williams said so. All right? All right. And once again, don't forget Saturday. Here we go, 8 to 9 a.m. Saturday, 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial and theanswerpgh.com. Saturday and Sunday morning. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. All right? Don't forget about 10 a.m. right after Ralph with the Ralph Williams Show. Here we are. All right, the Saturday Sports Show with me, Ralph Williams, Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit, and Leo Haggerty. This week we talk about free agent wide receivers and also in the NFL, also wide receivers in the NFL draft. Baseball season has started. Hockey season is getting ready to get into the Stanley Cup playoffs. Basketball, March Madness is coming. All right, tournament play is going on right now. We got a lot to talk about. The UFL is starting up. Okay, but our main focus is going to be on the draft leading up to it. We're going to get into free agent wide receivers available in the NFL and also free agent wide receivers, wide receivers available in the NFL draft for this year. We're going to dissect, take a look at those things. We'll talk about Lou Holtz. You know, he passed away today. Former Notre Dame coach, NFL coach, South Carolina coach, and a few others topics as well. So don't forget about that show, Saturday Sports Show. Last but not least, the triple header of Ralph Williams Saturday, Sports Corner Radio Show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, And we're all coming up at 9 o'clock, Steel City Sports World on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to tune in as well. 9 o'clock tonight, also, Pensman Sports. And he will be talking about Lou Holtz and some other topics as well. All right. So just to let you know that one. Okay. And also Sunday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., the Ralph Williams Show, 12:50 a.m., The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial, and theanswerpgh.com. Also, don't forget on Wednesdays, the Ralph Williams Show up in Philly. Here we go. All right. I'm Ralph Williams. This has been The Way I See It, Delmarva edition. Debut show tonight. We'll be back next Wednesday at 7:30. And please don't forget to tune in to all my radio shows. Tuesday night, don't forget as well. And I forgot to mention Tuesday, 4 o'clock p.m. This Tuesday, we got a great guest panel coming up, okay? All right, the Sports Corner Show. All right, that's coming up this week at 4 o'clock. Couple great guests coming on. Check out my social media platforms for that as well and all the different announcements. And then don't forget about the Wrestle Talk Show, 5 o'clock p.m.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Every Tuesday, 5 to 6 p.m. with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier. 40 years plus scouting and he's a freelance scout. And when he usually says something's pretty good, that's usually it. All right, until next week, have yourself a great one. Please, by all means, be safe. Thank you for watching my debut show of The Way I See It, Delmarva edition. Check out the shorts coming up on social media. And please don't forget to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel as well. Pensman Sports coming up at 9 o'clock, Steel City Sports World. I'll be on that show as well. Check both shows out if you can. Please do so. And please support all of us. Thank you, and be safe.